My name is Lawrence Lopez, and this is my sea story. I worked on the outside for 10 years as a physician assistant, and then I came back in 2008. And the reason why I came back in wasn't for the money, right? I was making really good money on the outside. The reason why I came back in was to deploy. I wanted to help. I was healthy enough, I was fit enough, I felt confident enough. I felt like I could, no kidding, help somebody. So I came in, I deployed to Afghanistan. 2010, that was one of the most hostile years of the Afghan war. When you're deployed in a forward deployed environment, you're out there and you're serving side by side, basically. Irregardless of what's going on in politics, you're there with the guy you're left to your right. That is the most memorable time you're gonna have. I was 35, so I was a little bit older than some of the other guys. I ran 60 plus missions outside the wire. Leave the wire, and you're out there, and you just don't know. It can be scary, but that's when you find out what you're gonna do. Because until that time, you don't know. 20 feet in front of us, MRAP blew up, 2 guys had a concussion, we had a medevac, one other one. Everything just kind of goes quiet. As that's happening, I'm just listening. First and foremost is making sure that we're not getting fired at, we're not getting shot at. Once that happens, I'm the first one out to take care of those that are hurt. And that's the job of the corpsmen. Get there to where they're hurt, take care of them, find out what's going on, and then just proceed from there. You have your med bag. Every person has their IFAC on them, that individual first aid kit. In this particular situation, there was no need for that. We just need a couple of stretchers. If you have a talent or a skill that you can offer that can help the guy, the woman to your left and to your right, then you need to. I mean, we're all afraid. It's normal to be afraid. But being afraid doesn't mean that you're not brave. After you admit that and you're honest about that, then what comes after that, I think, is bravery.
Hi, my name's Mike Diaz. I'm a hospital corpsman, 3rd class in the United States Navy. This is my sea story. I was going for my EMT, and a couple of the EMT guys that I've talked to were retired corpsmen. They told me some of their stories and the history behind being a corpsman. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Everybody had such a high respect for Doc. You know, Doc was the guy to go to for anything. And so I talked to a Navy recruiter, and I was so set on being a corpsman, so it was either Navy corpsman or you don't get me. I waited a couple of months, and off to boot camp I went. We went from doing everything that we were supposed to know in the hospital to how we would react in a combative environment, providing aid under fire maneuver, to your very basic how to sterilize water. We are a well-rounded community. We don't just focus on one aspect of the medical field, we focus on everything. Pretty much anything you can think of, we can do. I left to go to Helmand Province, Afghanistan. It was dusty, hot. Some days it would be 120, 130 on a cold day. Depending on what time of the year it was, it would get into the negatives in the certain areas that we would be in. I moved around Helmand Province a lot. All the time we're being a lot like MacGyver in the medical field. We have to make do with what we have. You don't have a tourniquet, you make something. The biggest challenge for us while we were there was trying to come up with an evacuation plan, or a casualty evacuation plan. Doing that, we saved well over 10,000 Afghan soldiers' lives. Doc doesn't seem like he does a lot, but he sees a lot. What we do as corpsmen now, it's like being a part of a family. There's always something bad, there's always something good. You fight over the dumbest things, but at the end of the day, you got a brother. To my boys, I love them.